microphone sound. Okay, so what I'm going to stream is I'm going to show how we can decode a bit of a tricky JSON format in PureScript. The question came up on IRC, which is hashtag PureScript. So if you've got a question, you can come over to the IRC and we'll figure it out, I guess. So I created a fresh project here. What I did was I removed the dependencies and def dependencies, just because the package ecosystem is in a bit of a flux right now, so we want to make sure we don't have any stale dependencies. And now what we'll do is we'll install. I think we're going to use purescript-foreign for this one. We'll see. Okay, and we'll also need to read in the file, so maybe we should have started with that one. Just want to make sure that the file library is actually up to date. I hope you can hear me fine. Maybe I should check this out.
Okay, so let's see. X, Y.
Wait, that's the wrong one. How did I get to my stream? Okay, now what we'll do... Okay, I can hear myself, that's fine. So, yeah, we want to make sure that PureScript's node FS or something, that these are up to date. Let's see if we can use the F bindings for that. That was updated 9 days ago, so this should be 0.10 ready. Let's just see. We can use the F bindings because these are a little nicer to use. Right, looks good. So we'll use this one. Okay. And then one thing we'll do is we'll just copy this thing down. I didn't even do that. Is that curl? This thing? That seems fine. So packages.json is what we're looking for. Okay, so now we have the right packages.json file, we've got our bow components, so we should be able to get started with this. So let's just make sure that this builds first. Can minimize this. Okay. So should be working now. Okay. So that built successfully. So we're good. So let's just say something like parse package format. Parse packages, whatever that is. And then we'll give it the file path. In a second, I'm just going to start PCID here really quickly. Right, so we'll need to create the parse packages method. And that takes a string, which is the file path. And what does that give us? I think it's an F. But yeah. Let's just pretend we don't know what that gives us yet and find out. So I want something like read file from node.fs, I think. Yeah, this one. And this is going to give us a file. It's going to give us a buffer, actually. Is there a nicer way to do this? We'll have to find out in a second, I think. Let's just look at read file and see if there's a nicer way. Read text file. That looks a lot better. Let's use that one instead. And import that from F. And that's the contents, right? Contents. And for now, we'll just say for contents. Alright. And then this needs an encoding. Interesting. So what's the type of this thing? It needs an encoding. Okay. So I think that actually is UTF-8. Like that. What's the error we get now? Could not match type F, but EFF, which is fine. because what we want to do here is we want to say launch AFF. When actually we don't really want to launch this, we want to say run AFF, right? And we want to log show and log show. Okay. Unknown value log show, let's import that. Alright. And now we're missing the FS effect up here. Just remove that and then put that thing in here. Okay, so let's say void to get rid of the canceller. We don't really need that. Ah, interesting. There's a lot of ways to get a void. Is it not encoded? It is. So now this should be unit. Rename that to E. And we're good. And now we need to add some imports, I suppose. That's the prelude. FS still needs to be imported. And then we should be good. Just gonna clean out the imports a bit here. Alright. Like this? Okay, now we're good. So, what's the type of parse packages here? Let's just take a look. It takes a string and then does some AFF thingy and gives us back a string, but we want to actually give back structured data, which is this thing, right? Let's move that in here. I'd like to make that new type so that we can define show instances for this in a second. This is package data. I'll like to put that down there. Not a big deal. Version string, I suppose, is just this. Let's just type aliases for strings, right? So let's just say URL is a string. Oh, it's on music too loud. I hope it's better now. So that's an URL. Let's make that the version string. And unknown type package name. Package name is also, I guess, just an alias for strings now. Okay, now we have that figured out. Right, so what we want this to be is actually an AFF of a package set. Right. That's what we want. And the possibility of failure, we're going to do that, we're going to use the well, it might also be a parse error. So let's just say maybe we can return a package set for now. Okay. So now it's complaining that f is not a known type. So let's import that. And now the problem is that we're returning it expects a maybe package set and we're returning a string, so let's just say nothing here. Okay, for starters. Great, thanks Redfold. Okay, so now that we have that, now we want to parse the file. So let's take a look at the file. Here. So, packages.json. So that's the format that we're looking at. So it's an object. On the outermost, yeah. So start like the top level thingy is an object. So now we could look at we should look at the documentation for purescript-foreign and figure out how to how to make that work. But we might try something different. Let's just say decode packages contents and return that. Right, and then we can just say that this, we don't know what that is yet with a type hole. Darn it. And then the compiler is going to figure out the right type for us here. At least I'd hope so. Maybe we need to put it into a where binding here. Like this. And that looks better. Okay, so the type is string to maybe package set, and that's the type we were expecting, so let's just put that in there. So string to maybe package set. Okay. So let's start with this one. Let's just get the string here, and now let's try to, what can we do with that string? I think we want some foreign, let's just look at the documentation. I think that's the best thing to do here. So we'll do purescript-foreign. Damn, that thing is slow. Objects. So, what do I have here? So it looks like we want to start with the read JSON thingy. So read JSON. What's the type for that? Okay. So read JSON. Then we want to do run accept and lock show. Oh, interesting. So what's run accept do? I guess we'll find out. Run accept. Just turns that into an either. And then what we want to do, we don't want to make that into an either, but instead we want to turn that into a maybe. So let's just use, I'm not quite sure if we have that function yet, but it's hush, which turns an either of AB into a maybe of B. Okay. And that function is easy to implement, so let's just do that. We're going to use either, putting two holes here. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm going to type either, let's import that. Let's import the either method. So, let's just not care about that for a second. Looks like I can't. Well, whatever. It's either const nothing just. Now we need to import that, I guess. So let's say hush here. And we need, this is purescript, so we need to introduce our arguments. Our type arguments as well. Right. And now it's complaining that there is no is4 instance for package set, which is fine. Because what I'd like to see instead is I want to parse this thing into a string map, which is a string map, which is the typed representation of an arbitrary JavaScript object. And then let's say let's string map in. And now we can give a type to string map. So string map is a, well, in this case it's maybe a, is that not a string? Nope. Huh, how is string map defined? Wait, let's see. How do I find out about that? Well, I think we start at pursued. Now we search for string map or string map. But I cannot see a foreign instance for that data type. So let's see if that instance is defined inside a foreign. Sorry, did not want to do that. Foreign. I think we want foreign.class. Doesn't seem like we actually have an instance for a string map here. Interesting. Get an array of the property. Oh, we could maybe use this one. This looks like a sensible thing to do. So we can get an array of the properties defined on a foreign value. Interesting. So maybe we want to use that one then. So what we need to do is we're gonna say, how do I turn a string into a foreign anyway? Can I just say to foreign? But I need to turn it into a JSON object first, right? And there's something like wait. I do have read JSON here, right? Yeah, read JSON. So maybe we actually need to define the instance here. I don't like to just use a function, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna work, so. Okay, let's make an instance for foreign, this foreign package set. Right, so foreign package set. Where? So what do we need to provide for the foreign type class? No, that's not foreign, but is foreign or something. Is foreign? So let's look at that. So we need to provide this one. Okay. So we need to implement this one with the signature. So we take a foreign, and what we return is a package set. So let's see what we do. I think we start by extracting the keys. That's going to be an array of strings, right? How do we ask for that? Like that. Okay, so let's just return a default value here to get a proper error. Wait, why is that not working? Do. Oh, keys of F, of course. And this needs to be wrapped in the package set constructor. Package set. And so now it's complaining about this one. We don't want to think about that just now. Okay. So It doesn't know what to do with this one. Okay, so let's just say this. Right. No type class instance was found for data show package set. Okay, that's an easy enough thing to do. Right, so what we do is we say instance show package subs, and we'll do that in a second. We'll do that properly, but for now what we'll do is we'll just say package set. Okay, and now we finally get to the fucking warning that I've been waiting for. So this is an array of strings. Okay, great. For fuck's sake. So this is the packages basically, right? This is the package names. Right, and now what we want to do is we want to extract one package data per name. So we'll need an instance. So what we'll do is we'll say package data, right, is traverse read over these package names. Right, and this package data is then going in here. Like that. Import traverse. Import read from data.foreign.class. And then tell me what the error is. Could not match type string with type foreign. What? Oh, that's not read, I'm sorry. What we do is we traverse using the function, what's that called? I think it was index. Let's take a look at this again. So, prop. Yeah, so we do prop. Traverse. Prop. Let's just think about this. Let's just write this function out, I think. I think we need to write that out. So that's the name. Right, and what we do is we pick out the prop name of f, like that. And then we need to read the result of that. Right, so we'll do read. And then let's see. Now we get the right error, which is that we do not have a foreign instance for package data. So let's write that one. This foreign package data. Okay, and now if we look at the packages file again, we've now gotten down to parsing one of these things, and so in here we have a dependencies, which is just an array of strings. So we'll do deps prop dependencies of f. What else do we have? Oh, we have these things here, right? So we need a name as well. Interesting. So that's not entirely going to work, actually. I just realized. Interesting. Maybe we can do package data. Maybe we can write that as not an instance. The problem that I'm facing here is that I need to pass in the name, right? Because I already decoded that from the object. But the read function does not take any additional arguments, so I'd like to write that as a function myself. But I'm not quite sure if that's going to work, but we'll see. Right, so this takes a string and a foreign and gives us f, which is the error wrapper for decoding f package data. So let's implement that function. as the name. So foreign. Right, what we want to do is we'll want to return something. And that's going to be a package data object. Package data. Name's going to be that. Dependencies. Dependencies, repo, and version. And all of these we can just read from the object. So that's prop dependencies of f. And then we'll do that again for repo. And we'll do that again for the version. No type-class instance was found for data.show package data. Okay, well let's show that. Why do we want to show that again? Not really sure here. Why do we need to show this instead of that? Anyway. Right. Could I match type 4 with type array string? Interesting. So dependencies should be an array of strings. What does prop do? It gives us a string foreign. Can I not just read that properly? Do I need to do something like read properly? Is that how that works? Maybe I should look at the documentation one more time. What the fuck? Let's look at this again. Read prop. Okay, so that's a function actually. So read prop is a function. Okay. Just didn't find it probably. So read prop, just like that. And now we're back here. And now, yeah, this one is not working anymore. Right, so instead what we need to do is we need to pick that object off with prop, and then we pass that into read package data, and we pass the name to that one. There we go. That should build actually. Just got a warning here. Okay, seems good to me. So now let's look at properly showing these things. I guess for now it's fine too if we just trace them out. I think that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Maybe not. Let's just write these out. I mean, it's not rocket science. So we'll do package data pd, and then we can even pattern match right here and say name dependencies repo version. So name. So what do we want to do here? We'll just concatenate the depths here with a comma, I suppose. So we'll do something like fold map, I think. And the function that we're going to do is we're going to say, if you give me a string, I'm going to give you that string back, and I'm going to append a comma. I know that that's going to append the comma to the end, so it doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. So it's going to be fine for us. And we could maybe just end this with a new line here. Makes it a little nicer. Repo. Just new line here, and then for the version, well, just gonna give out the version as well. Done. Seems easy enough to me. Maybe it's not. Tell me what the error is. Unknown value fold map. Okay, that's fine. Can import that. Okay, looks good. And now show package set is actually just package set ps, and that's just map show over ps. That's going to give us an array, and then we'll just is there join or something? Join with? Oh, there's the join with function. Should have just used that one. And then I can use the join with thingy over here as well because it's nicer. Join with, comma. Just like that. Okay. So, if I got that right, we should be good. Just need to pass on the right file name here, and now we should be able to say put run. Here we go, and that looks like a thing. So compiled and ran. So not quite sure if that was really elegant. I'm not totally convinced that that was how that's supposed to go down, but I was expecting to be able to use string maps, and it seems like the purescript-foreign package does not have that. If you're using Argonaut, that's actually a little easier to do. Yeah, and this is all over the place, but I guess it's fine. Just gonna remove that unnecessary import, and then I'll just make a little gist, put that in there, paste the link, and then that didn't work. I really need to do this. Name Pierce, and then parse packages.json. Okay. Nice. I'm happy that this helped you. I'm not quite happy with how complicated that ended up, but yeah, with string maps it would be a little nicer, I think. If I had used Argonaut, it would be nicer, but maybe we can do that another time or something. So I just wanted to keep this short, so thanks for watching, I guess. Hope this helped.